Welcome to GAMEpoch, the show where I play through the history of video games starting with Super Mario Bros. On the Nintendo, and I play through them in their order of release. I'm now playing The Legend of Zelda on the Nintendo, and I just... excuse me, I just got to the beginning of the next dungeon, which is... I'm dreading, because it is very difficult. So, let's see how well I do. I've got the magic sword, which is the strongest one. And, I've got the blue ring, which, halves the damage I take, and I've got a red potion, and so I should be prepared for everything. I just don't have much money, so if I run into another bomb upgrade, I think I'm going to be in trouble. Let's see how this goes. And yeah, I just realized that I wasn't actually filming the face cam on my last video. I am a special kind of dumb. There's gotta be a new category for moroni such as I exhibit while recording this. It's unbelievable. I've got to figure out a better system. What I really want to do is, well, hold on. Aim at the eyes of Goma. So, aim. That is a little unclear, but that's actually supposed to hint at using your arrows. And Goma, if you look it up in the instruction manual, looks like a little crab spider kind of thing, or a spider. That's the boss of this dungeon. It's by far the... I'm not going to spoil it, because I want to show it. Because it's kind of silly. Actually, I want to see if I can bomb one of these walls. What I'm doing right now is I'm actually filming the face cam, some more behind the scenes for you, on a GoPro. It's a great little camera. I'm actually pretty impressed with it. The lighting is not very good right now. I've still got to figure out a lighting setup. But I think it does a pretty good job for what it needs to do, and it's just tiny. It's just this big. It's ridiculous. So, what I really want to do is get another capture and be able to plug this... Oh, apparently I killed the Master Wizrobe and got rid of all of them in one swipe. I really like when that happens. And just as like it lulls you into relaxing. It shoves you into a room with all these easy little blobs. It's like, this is gonna be nice and easy. And oh, and look at these little keys. These things are a pushover. Look, yeah, you're not gonna have any trouble. This is gonna be a fairly easy dungeon. I mean, we introduced to you a new bad guy, but it really wasn't so tough. You just stand there and let them let your shield take it. It's no big deal. Oh, see, this is super easy. And then it starts to get really mean. Because it introduces the two worst regular enemies in the whole game, possibly the entire series. Although, I've got to say, Zelda 2 has some pretty nasty dudes. These blue Wizrobes are even worse than the orange ones, because they are relentless when they're facing you. They fire at you over and over and over again without ceasing. And they can do a ton of damage and are really hard to nail down how you want to trap them. And there's no trick to beating them. There really isn't. You just kind of have to do it, and it's a real pain in the butt. One of these goes off to the right, and I don't know which one. It might have been the one below this, actually. Ah! Oh, for crying out loud. The other enemy in there that I neglected to mention is one of the scariest. Like, they're up there with floor masters or wall masters or dungeon masters or whatever they're called. It might be this one. Yeah. I want to keep going up first. Should I do that? Well, let me just peek in here really quick. I hate that I can't remember super well. But yeah, those are called likes, little stupid pancake monsters, and they're just real pain in the butt. Because, I mean, they're really not very threatening as far as damage or anything like that, but if they grab you and eat you, which is what they try to do, that's really their ultimate goal. Oh! They steal from you. They steal your crap. They steal your shield. Which may I remind you, is what blocks magic attacks, like what the Wizrobes throw at you. And it's because of the shield that this dungeon becomes doable at all. If you don't have that shield, you're in for a bad time. Like, it's no joke. It's a real nightmare. And this is one of the worst rooms, just because, yet again, there's more of the blue Rizrobes and the orange ones that mess with you, but the likes scare the crap out of you, because if you make one wrong move, if you're just too slow in one way, you're, like, in huge trouble with this dungeon, because now you gotta save up a bunch of money again and get another magic shield, or else you're really just in huge trouble. Man, I can't remember where this leads me, and I'm keep thinking I should be just heading north to the northwest instead of going through all this, but I honestly can't remember. Yeah, I'm really near the boss, but I don't know. I may just be skipping the rest of the dungeon that I don't need to be going through in doing this. And as a matter of fact, that may very well be what's happening. I probably shouldn't be doing this. I should just... I should just go back. Yeah, I should just go back. Ah! I hate that I can't ever really well remember. But that's the thing about this game, is it pushes you physically and mentally. The second game, I guess I don't really want to go too much into it. I'm really not sure how far I'm going to get in the second game, I'll be honest with you. I have beaten it heavily relying on walkthroughs and maps, because there's no way, there's no chance I could have beat that game without a ton of help. And, I mean, one of the things I really wanted to do, you know, to the best of my ability, is show these games, you know, in as blind a playthrough as possible, not because I want to see people watch me suck at games, but because I kind of want to show the experience of what it was like playing all these old games when they were new, and, you know, seeing the process of what it's like for a gamer to go through this stuff and learn habits and tropes and all sorts of junk like that. But the problem, you know, I mean, the thing is I can only do that so much as I don't know the game. And I mean, I know so many of these games because I've been playing games my whole life, and I've played so many of them that, you know, I can only take that desire so far before it's just, you know, for many games I just can't do it. And for others, the worry is, you know, how badly am I going to suck? So this is actually... Hey, look! Remember this guy. This was the lead boss, the final boss in one of the dungeons. I don't think it was the dungeon 2 dungeons ago. Can I get in here? Nope. But I think I can get there above. I believe I've actually been in here. Yeah, this was the room where I actually want to see if I can... this may have been a terrible mistake. Oh my gosh. Okay. How much does that heal me? Is that full? I love how long that takes, don't you? Heals me full, so that's really nice. Come on, I want to kill you. Okay. That was probably not worth it since I used up my potion. So the problem is, if I play, you know, for some of these games, if I play them blind, you know, then we get into territory of how much time am I going to waste not knowing what to do, and being lost, and wasting time, and dying a lot, and stuff like that. So I'm just not sure, because I do want to, you know, have some semblance of catching up with this series, where I can kind of pretend that I'm going to get closer and closer to eventually reaching the the modern day of games. I mean, it's just my list of what I'm going to play is so huge. Oh, hey, look, and you might have gone through the whole dungeon without getting this, but look at this, I just found another item, a permanent item. And look at his face! Can I pause it? Well, you can pause the video. You just gotta look at him, he's like... It's just too funny. He looks hilarious. I got the rod! The magical power! I got it! Oh, I can go over there. Not that I need to. So I think I'm actually going to be running into a dead end at this point. That's okay. I'll do it anyway. Just so... I want to show the whole dungeon just to the most that I can. That's one of the things that's so interesting about this game. You very well could just run into the boss and decide, oh, well, I guess I'll just skip this. And if you're not super diligent with really wanting to make sure you explore everywhere, which many gamers aren't, you're gonna miss out on things. You're just gonna straight up skip them without even meaning to. You know, that's just because that's what's gonna happen. Great, now I can't use my sword. That's just great. And running into that with a like is just even more terrifying. It's one thing to face a like where it's like, you know, maybe I can deal with it, I just gotta take my time. I don't know that I'm gonna be able to go anywhere from here. Can I bomb here? That's the real question. Yes, I can. But can I go over to the right from down here? Yeah, so I'll just do that real quick, see if I can do it naturally, or normally. The way they intended. Ah, crap. This is quite possibly the scariest of all the rooms, just because there's so many of them. And that stupid bubble likes to chase you, to really, like, try to track you down. And it's... oh, it's terrifying. I freaking hate it. It's the worst. The Wizrobes in the later games just aren't nearly so bad. I don't know what it is that makes it so much less terrible. Okay. There are secrets where fairies don't live. Okay. Here we go. So, this is so interesting. I believe... so, obviously, this should be a hint to you if you remember going to that area. Well, wait. There was a fairy fountain where there was no fairy. That might actually clue you off. It may not. It definitely won't make too much sense if you don't really put that together and haven't visited the fairy lake where there's no fairy. I mean, this was tough. But what's even tougher is I'm pretty sure that in the original Japanese there was actually a hint in this about sound of some kind, or noise, a song. And that's supposed to be a huge hint as to what you're supposed to do in that fairy fountain with no fairies. But we just don't get that. We didn't get it at all. I don't think I can get down there, but... so, as you can see, directly to the right and up is where the Triforce piece is. So to the right is probably the boss. So I'm actually supposed to go the way I was going before. I was like, I don't want to do that. Where I bombed to the right and I found that secret area and I went down below and came up in another area. So I'm going to go do that now. Oh. Well, that's nice that that works against these guys. It's kind of convenient. Not that I need to do that, I just need to be patient. See, these things aren't so bad when there aren't likes chasing me around, threatening to eat me, and when there are bubbles messing around with me, you know, taking away my ability to hit and defend myself from especially the likes. With the Wizrobes, as long as I've got this shield, you know, I can just kind of sit there and as long as I'm far enough away from them, I don't have to worry too much because their stuff will just bounce off of me. Good, they're still dead. Okay, I should be able to just bounce right out of here. Finish the final guy, which... this is Goma, who was the first boss of Ocarina of Time, Queen Goma. Big ol' spider, you know, which is terrifying, but anyway. I think I bombed that before and there wasn't anything there. You guys can call me out on that, but... ah! You... I'm really glad I got bombs. I'm so glad that I got that upgrade, because that makes this so much nicer. Yeah, directly north of me is the boss, so I'm gonna... whoa! Ow! Ah! Ah! Ow! Okay. I'm gonna go down here just because I want to go everywhere. I want to explore everything because I'm just that kind of person. I really like to explore games as far as like where I can go, where I can walk, where I can explore. As much as possible, like to the fullest, generally speaking. Any of those games, like role-playing games or whatever, where it like maps out, it fills out the map as you wander around, like, you know, the third Star Ocean on the PS2 or something like that, and it gives you like a percentage of how much of the map you've completed. Those games drive me bonkers, just because I will take the time wandering around the whole map until that thing is full. I'm gonna leave you on a cliffhanger. So in the next episode of GAMEpoch, I'm gonna go ahead and finish this dungeon and fight this boss and fight Goma and show you how this is. So thanks for tuning into GAMEpoch. I will see you guys in the next one. MystikDan signing out. Bye.